Hello everyone, how are you doing? So this is our next lesson number 7. It's about the imperative, okay? I'm Zania Rauf from Kurt Verboon. I teach grammar level 3 here, and I hope you enjoy my videos and benefit from them, okay? So the imperative is our topic today. First, let me tell you what the imperative is, okay? So imperatives are verbs used in the beginning of a sentence, okay? For these 5 purposes, okay? So verbs used in the beginning of the sentence. You know that the English language contains many verbs, and these verbs can be used in the beginning of the sentence. And there are different purposes for using it in the beginning of a sentence. It gives a specific form to the sentence, okay? And I have given you, there's probably more, but these are the 5 important um, functions or purposes the imperative serves. I'll go through each of them. I'll give you examples and hopefully clarify them to you, okay? They are important and you see them everywhere every day, so they are a very, very important part of the language, okay? So I'll start with some notes first. The first thing is that you can always use please in anywhere around the imperative. So when you have a sentence starting with a verb for these 5 purposes: to give order, to give instructions, to make invitations, or to give advice, or on instructive and warning signs, right? In all of these cases, you can always use please in the sentence, the word please, okay? And to make your imperative negative, so I told you that the sentence always starts with a verb. But what if you wanted the imperative to be negative? In that case, you always add don't uh, to the beginning of the sentence, so right before the imperative. I'll clarify this when I give you examples, alright? So the first one I'll talk about is to give order, right? So we use a verb in the beginning of a sentence to give order to someone, right? What is an order? An order is an authoritative, claim, usually given from someone with authority to someone below them, or from an adult to a child, right? From someone older to a child, from an elderly to a child, right? So in this case, you are pretty confident, and you think or believe that your order will be followed, okay, or obeyed. So look at this example. The father says, "Take the gum out of your mouth, my son." Right? Take the gum out of your mouth, my son. So he's giving order to his son, right? And he starts with a verb, right? He starts with a verb, correct? With a verb. Some authoritative claim here. Take the gum out of your mouth, my son, right? So it is order given from an adult to a child in this case, from the father to the son, right? Second one is the boss, right? The boss of some company, probably. So as I told you, you can always use please in anywhere in the sentence, right? So in this case, we have used please in the beginning of the sentence, which is okay, which is very probable, okay? So please prepare the documents by tomorrow, Mr. Idle, right? So the boss says he has authority over his employees, for sure, the boss. So he's saying, prepare the documents by tomorrow, Mr. Idle. He could say, prepare the documents by tomorrow, Mr. Idle, please. Or he could say, prepare the documents, please, by tomorrow, Mr. Idle. It changes the focus of the sentence a little bit, but it makes the sentence clearer when you use please, right? It's politer, okay, more polite, or you don't want to be rude when you give orders even. It is just it's always good to be kind, right? So the teacher says, stand up while answering the question, Sandra, right? So he's telling Sandra to stand up while answering the questions, right? So the sentence starts with a verb, right? Starts with a verb. It's a positive sentence. It's a positive imperative, right? and there's no please here. Usually there shouldn't really be please, because this is order and you have authority. But as I told you, it's always kind and nice to use it, okay? What about the police? The police says, give me more details about how you stole the car, right? Give me. It starts with a verb. And this is my imperative, right? Give me more details about how you stole the car, right? Give me, right? Give me. So this is your authoritative sentence here, and it is your imperative, um, for sure. So what about the mother? The mother said, do not turn off the lights, please. Right? Do not turn off the lights, please. So in this case, my imperative is negative, and I always use don't, so it's easy. Don't turn off the lights, please, right? So I have don't, I can use please everywhere in the sentence. I can say please don't turn off the lights, or don't turn off the lights, please. It's up to me, right? So this is one of the uses of the imperative, which is to give order, right? To give order to somebody, okay? So, my second use or purpose of the imperative is to give instructions. So it's not always order, it's not always like go there, do this, don't do this, right? Give me this. There are other uses of it, which is to use to give instructions, right? So for, this is Mr. Kevin here. Kevin wants to go to the zoo, probably, right? So he asks, hey, how do I go to the zoo, right? How do I go to the zoo? And I'll give him instructions. I say, go straight, take left, given, okay? Go straight, take left, given, or take a left, probably. Take a left, okay? So he's here, he goes straight, he takes a left, and here's a zoo, right? Very good. So my imperative here, I have two sentences. First sentence, it starts with a verb, so it's an imperative, it's a positive imperative. And the second one is take, right? Take a left. So it's also another verb, okay? So my second example is take one tablet every morning. So it's the doctor. The doctor has given you pills probably, and he tells you take one tablet every morning, okay? Take one tablet. He does not say take one tablet every morning. No, that would be order. But he is giving you instructions. He says take one tablet every morning, please, right? Just like I tell you, steady, please. But your father will tell you steady, right? There is a difference. The way you say it changes the purpose of the imperative, okay? So you don't usually see please here, because it's not really necessary. You are given instructions. You can use it. It would be polite, but it's not really necessary to use it, okay? So this example, the third one, open your books and go to page 20, right? This is the teacher, probably. The teacher tells you, open your books and go to page 20. This is instructions. He instructs you to the page or the topic he wants you to study, right? These are all positive, but this one is negative, right? Do not copy your ID card until we tell you, right? So you are going to, a specific governmental place, and they tell you don't copy your ID card until we tell you, right? They instruct you, right? They tell you what to do, but they don't give you order, right? You can copy it, it's okay, but they instruct you not to do, right? They advise you not to do so. It's not necessary, so you don't really need to have please here again, but it's okay. So pretty clear, right? The imperative when you give instructions. The next purpose is to give advice, right? You advise somebody, okay? So in this case, when you give advice, you can again, you don't really need please again, but you can use it. And it's either positive or negative. If it's positive, it's only the verb at the beginning. But if it is negative, you have do not before the verb, okay? So, for example, speak to your father. He will understand the problem, right? So you have a problem with, you have had a car accident with your car, and you tell your friend, what should I do? The car is broken, right? My father will lose a lot of money, but he'll say, speak to your father. He will understand the problem, right? He advises you, right? So in that case, you start with a verb as well. Or you are at home, you feel sick and you paled and sad, and your mother tells you, Don't go, you're sick, stay at home, right? Don't go. So she advises you in this case not to go, right? Don't go, you're sick, right? Don't go. So don't go is your first imperative, and stay at home is your second one in the sentence. This one is negative, this one is positive, as it's clear. My third example is, for example, in this case, you are at school, right? You feel sick again, and your friend tells you, visit your doctor. You look tired and pale, right? Visit your doctor. Your friend advises you, right? She advises you to go to the doctor, right? So it's used to give advice, right? What about this case? Turn the laptop on and off, right? So your computer, your laptop is not working, and your sister tells you, turn the laptop on and off, right? It might work, right? Turn it off and on. It advises you, gives you advice, right? uh, my last example is, for example, your teacher, you don't study daily, and you are behind, and you want to study everything in the exam night. Your teacher tells you, don't study the entire book in one night, right? Don't study the entire book in one night. You can't, right? Advises you not to do so, your teacher, right? So these are all examples of using the imperative to advise people. It's pretty important, but the main point here is, I want to tell you, is that you don't really need to know all the purposes. I want you to be able to use it, right? And try to distinguish between them. It's useful, but it is not all necessary, okay? So use number 4 is to make invitations, right? Invitations. Invitations. What happens there? Is that how you spell it? I suppose, yeah. Let me see. Invitations. Oh, here we go. Invitations, yes. Yes, I spelled it correctly this time. So, to make invitations, right? When you invite somebody to do something. It's another use of it. And it's also the same case. The imperative is used in the beginning of a sentence. You can use please. It's useful here. And if it is positive, it's only the base form of the verb. But if it is negative, so you add don't to it, right? So the first one is, have some cake, please. It's yummy, right? Have some cake. You invite somebody to eat cake, to have cake with you, right? So have some cake, please. It is yummy. Or you could say, please have some cake. It's yummy. It's yummy. Yummy means it's delicious, right? Yummy, yummy, right? So start the meeting without me, please. So some people, you are late probably to your meeting, and you say, start the meeting without me, please. So you invite them to do the thing without you in this case, right? You can say you are giving them order, but you are probably not powerful in that case, and you are not giving them instructions, right? So in this case, we can call it an invitation, but you don't really have to, okay? Take a chair, please, and sit down. Like, take a chair. This is my imperative. Take a chair, please. And so this is my second sentence. Sit down, right? Sit down. So you invite somebody to take the chair and sit down, right? My last one is, someone is shy and uncomfortable, and you say, don't be shy, please. Make yourself comfortable. Right? Don't be. So this is my negative imperative. My main verb here is be, right? Be, right? Be is a verb, right? So my verb is be. So don't be shy. Shy is my adjective here, right? Please make yourself comfortable, right? So this is another way of using the imperative, and it's pretty useful actually. I hear this every day, right? So my last use of it is on instructive and warning signs. This case, all you see is the imperative, nothing else. Sometimes with please, but that's all, right? So you either have the positive form or the negative form. Look at this sign, danger, right here. So don't enter, right? Do not enter. Probably it's a zoo, they have a lion inside it. They ask you not to enter, so don't enter. This is my imperative. It is negative, my imperative, correct? What about this sign? Stop, right? Only stop, right? Stop. It says order, stop, right? It gives you order, but it's on the signs, right? Or please do not smoke, right? Smoke is my verb. do not smoke is my negative imperative. I also have the word please. Or when you are going fast, right, on a curvy road, they'll tell you slow down. This is my verb, slow down, right? Slow down. It's my verb. It's a phrase though. It's my verb, okay? Or on a door, pull or push the door, right? Pull, push. It's on the signs and it gives you instructions. You see this every day, all day around, right? In even in Kurdistan, we see them in the supermarkets in English, right? Or the traffic signs, right? Stop or yeah, slow down. These two are from the traffic signs, right? So you see them everywhere, every day, right? Thanks for watching, and I'll be welcoming any suggestions from you. Email me through this email, or you can email this one. Okay, so both are okay. Okay, so you can always email me, give me suggestions, and I'll be happy giving feedback. Okay. Thanks for watching my video, and please enjoy your time and practice.